What's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday, or if you're watching this video, maybe today's Monday, it could be Tuesday, might be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday also. The Germ here, hanging out with the one and only President FDR. Look over here. Oh, he's a statue. I'm also hanging out here with Eleanor Roosevelt at the FDR Library here in Hyde Park. We're gonna go inside. They opened up a special exhibit today, and because I'm an annual member holder, I can get a ticket to the library any day for free. Not only this presidential library, but any presidential library in the country. So we got our free tickets. Let's go inside. They have a special exhibit that just opened today of wartime posters. So let's go check it out inside the FDR Library. Now, of course, I'm not here alone. I'm here with the gorgeous, fantastic, fabulous Jenna. She always loves when I do that. And I got Bella here too. Bella, you want to give him a hand gesture? There we go. Bella's here, so we're hanging out. We're gonna go in the FDR Library. We're gonna check out those wartime posters. Should be pretty cool. They had, the last time they had something, they had like a Japanese interim camp exhibit. So this just changed over. It switched over actually today. They've been working on this for a while, and I can't wait to see it, to be honest. Now, cool fact about the FDR Library. The FDR Library here at Hyde Park was actually the first presidential library anywhere in the country. So this is actually the first one that opened up. FDR dedicated it himself, donated it on his own land, and that was the only day it was free for everybody. He let everybody in for free that day. It's kind of cool looking at the video from back in the day, him standing out front and dedicating it and letting it open to the public. And he had made a joke about this was the only time you could get in for free. So back in his day, all this was cornfields, and it was pretty cool. You know, his old driveway was that way, and you could see his house is also on the property, as well as his grave and Eleanor Roosevelt's grave. His dog Fowler, which is a very famous dog, and also another less well-known dog named Chief.
With a tax on me, or on my wife, or on my sons. No, not content with that. They now include my little dog, Fowler. Well, of course, I don't resent a tax, and my family don't resent a tax, but Fowler does resent it.
This is the front of the FDR Library, which I actually consider the back, but this is how you get in. And the glass panes used to not be there, but right over by that entrance right there is right where FDR himself would have stood, dedicating his library.
Of the Franklin D. Roosevelt era is dedicated to the nation by the President himself.
And this latest addition to the archives of America is dedicated at a moment when government of the people by themselves is being attacked everywhere. It is therefore proof, if any proof is needed, that our confidence in the future of democracy has not diminished in this nation and will not diminish.
Costing about $1/3 the Dutch colonial building erected on land donated by the President is really a Roosevelt museum.
Now, of course, I was telling you guys, FDR was handicapped and had polio. So this glass wasn't here originally. So what they have to do when they installed this glass, they had to make it handicapped accessible. Now, of course, I'm sure you guys know FDR had polio. I've heard a different story than it's told here at the FDR Library, that FDR contracted polio at Bear Mountain State Park, swimming in the water over there. Now, I don't know if that's true, but that's what I've heard. Okay, so here's what we're going to see. The Art of War, American poster art from 1941 to 1945. And it actually opened yesterday, April 21st. I thought it was today, but it opened yesterday. And this will be open until December 31st, 2018. It's a special exhibit. Sometimes they extend them, and sometimes they end right on that date. All right, this is not part of the new exhibit, but we're gonna go right in here. Love these posters. Look at the artwork on that. Amazing. Save freedom of speech, buy war bonds. So the war bond posters. Ours to fight for, freedom from fear. And we just started our tour here. And I really like this one. 1778, it's got the old colonial soldiers. 1943, the modern soldier for 1943. Americans will always fight for liberty, that's right. The Germ, he's watching you. All right, so I'm gonna do a quick walkthrough real quick on the posters so you guys can see them. And then we'll go around and look at them a little closer. Some pretty powerful posters. I like this one. Work to keep free. That's pretty cool. Oh, I remember this one. Who remembers this one? Very iconic poster. I want you for the U.S. Army. Very, very iconic poster. Still see a lot of those around. I don't know if they'll have any Rosie the Riveter posters too. She was very famous during the war. I'm sure they're gonna have some through here. Because somebody talked. Enemy ears are listening. United we win. It's a nice one. Amazing condition these posters are. Now, I've seen this poster. It had said something else. It had said, how about have a nice cup of shut the up. I've seen that before with that change. That's pretty funny. That's the original poster, I guess. Save your hands, help pass the ammunition. It's pretty awesome. When you ride alone, you ride with Hitler. Join a car sharing club today. Interesting. Look at some of these. Look how crazy they are. Deliver us from evil, with a little girl with a swastika behind her. Buy war bonds. And this one, I want my daddy back. Buy bonds. Remember Pearl Harbor. Little girl staying by herself with her doll. You know, I walked by this one and I said to Jenna, I said, look at this. I said, this looks just like a character from Dr. Seuss. Recognizable art right away. And look who it was created by. Created by Theodore Seuss, who did the children illustrations for our favorite books, like The Cat in the Hat and Green Eggs and Ham. Not only did Dr. Seuss get in wartime poster illustrations, but look who else did. Look at this. You guys, anyone recognize the art there? Don't be a job hopper. Our soldiers are sticking to their guns. Stick to your job. Look who signed it. Anyone recognize that signature? Walt Disney. Isn't that amazing? Look at this one down here. Learn to operate a $7 million sub. Imagine it's $7 million, that's it. I think they cost a lot more than that. Now at least. You guys ready? Join the U.S. Marines. Looks pretty much like every Marine that I ever met. They all have that stern, hard face. Always a tough group of guys. Every Marine I ever met. Hey, Jenna? Yeah? I gotta tell you something. I want you to join the Army. You gonna join the Army? No? Okay. We tried. All right, absolutely awesome exhibit. So I definitely recommend that you guys come here and check it out because it is temporary. Last time they had one here, it was all the Japanese intern camp stuff, and they had an auction the last time, and they actually auctioned off the posters. I wasn't able to come. I wasn't really too interested. But if they do an auction here, these are original posters. I don't know if they're gonna do it or not. The other ones were original photographs, but I guess really you can reprint photographs. You can't reprint these posters, but if they sell them, I'm gonna be here. This is cool. Okay, they also have a video playing here. So we're gonna go inside, check out a few seconds of the video, see what's playing. This is the closest thing here that I could find to Rosie the Riveter. We can't win without them. Woman in war. Actually, Jenna's telling me something. I think she found something that I didn't see.
On many crimes, civilians, including vast numbers of women and children, are being ruthlessly murdered with bombs from the air.
So this is the iconic poster I was talking about. They don't have the actual poster here because it was made in limited numbers. And this is actually the lady that was modeled after. And crazy enough, is it looks like she passed away just this year. Jenna had actually brought up something very interesting, that Naomi Parker Freely, who this was designed after, Rosie the Riveter, she was actually 97 years old, born all the way back in 1921, died only 2018. There's only 4 months in this year so far. So theoretically, she could have been here for this exhibit if it opened just a couple months ago. So when we first came inside the museum, right before we walked inside, I was telling you guys, I was right out there, and I was telling you guys how FDR dedicated his library, and it was the last time you could get into the library for free. I'm gonna try to find a clip of that and put it in the video, but he was standing right here, and there's a whole crowd of people right there. I think his wife was in the crowd back there, and his mother, if I remember correctly, was sitting right here.
And this latest addition to the archives of America is dedicated at a moment when government of the people by themselves is being attacked everywhere. It is therefore proof, if any proof is needed, that our confidence in the future of democracy has not diminished in this nation and will not diminish.
You know, those posters were awesome, and what's cool is the condition of those things for being over 75 years old. Did you guys see the color on those on that art? It's absolutely amazing. They're kept in absolutely remarkable condition, especially for traveling, you know, the country, going on different exhibits. If that's the case, which I'm sure it is, that the color was that vibrant still from them being over 75 years old. You know, it's absolutely amazing. I don't know if there's any other collection in the country quite like that. Okay, so right behind this circus skirt right here, the circus tent, is actually a piece of the Berlin Wall. It's cut out like the shape of a man and a woman. It's actually a portion of the Berlin Wall. It's covered up because the winter just ended, and spring is here today, but it wasn't here last week. So they really want to protect the pieces they have there. There's a bunch of graffiti all over it, and it's actually pretty cool looking. And of course, you have statues over here of FDR and Winston Churchill, who was one of our greatest allies. Or actually, we were one of his greatest allies, I'm gonna say. We're now walking through the Rose Garden here, where the president is buried. Again, just being early April, you could see really nothing back here has quite bloomed yet. But come back in a couple months, 2 months maybe, this is gorgeous over here. It's absolutely beautiful. The grave marker you see out there, that column right there, that would be the grave of Fowler, FDR's famous Scottish Terrier that was always along his side. And of course, we have the grave stone FDR and Eleanor Roosevelt. The one marked with the flag, of course, is the president's grave. The one right to the left of it is Eleanor Roosevelt. And it looks like someone just left some flowers here for the Mr. and Mrs. President there. And just a couple days ago was the anniversary of his death, April 12th, 1945.
Now, home again, to the garden of his family home in Hyde Park, New York, comes President Roosevelt. Here in the old and lovely Hudson River estate, which several years ago he bequeathed to the people of the United States, the mortal remains of a man whose career has known no parallel in our time, will rest forever. Mrs. Roosevelt and her family.
Now, we're not going to go in here today, but that's the FDR home right there ahead. And right over here are the stables. And there's an ice house behind there as well. So we'll go look at the front. And this is where FDR was raised as a young child. Played in the woods in the valley in the back. And it's an absolutely beautiful, gorgeous mansion. They also have a picture over here of what the house originally looked like. Because originally it wasn't quite this big. This is what the house looked like when it was original. There he is right there in the front of the house. And there's President Truman dedicating the home as a national park site. All that was right there in front of the home. And I've been in here many times. It's absolutely beautiful. They have all the windows tinted to help preserve the interior of the home. And right here, just 1 year after President Roosevelt's death, right here at this location, there was a podium set up, and President Truman dedicated the home as a national park site. And the president would have been looking at a crowd right out that way. So we walk down this path here, and that's the FDR home there in the background. And there used to be, or I guess there still is kind of, an ice pond over here. We were just doing some geocaching. If you know what geocaching is, look it up. And you can see this tree fell. And ironically enough, we just learned something new. Well, this sign here says no swimming. But funny enough, FDR himself learned how to swim in this very pond. I'm sure it was kept a little nicer back then. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed today's vlog. I certainly did. I love coming here. Every time I come here, I learn something new. Thanks for hanging out with the Germ. Jenna's here today. Bella's here today. Thanks for hanging out with us. I'll see you guys on the next adventure. Don't forget to like, share, and watch the Germ. And if you guys want a Germ sticker, mail a donation to the Germ, P.O. Box 818, Hyde Park, New York 12538. Don't forget, all donations this month from the April 15th to May 15th go to the Dutchess County SPCA. So send something to the Germ and I'll send you a sticker.